Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we're looking at something perhaps a little bit new really. We're looking at a 2016 release by Disney and Hasbro from their Star Wars Rogue One series of 12-inch action figures. Now I don't normally do figures that are, or any items that's less than 10 years old, but I've made the exception on this case because obviously the Cassian is quite a very popular character. And obviously they've got the season 2 of his television series coming out, which is due to air sometime over the next few months. But anyway, okay, I've digressed. This is the 12-inch action figure of Captain Cassian Andor, and he is dressed in his Jedha gear. And this is the box it comes in. And it says Star Wars Rogue One, ages 4 and above, and it's item B7378, and it's Captain Cassian Andor in Jedha, and it's got the Disney and Hasbro logo on the bottom left right-hand corner. Okay, that's the back of the box. Let's just spin the box around and see what we got on the back. So on the back it says Star Wars Rogue One, Captain Cassian Andor, Jedha. And it says an accomplished Alliance intelligent officer with combat field experience. Captain Cassian Andor commands respect from his rebel troops with his ability to keep a cool head under fire and complete his missions with minimal resources. And then that's the same again there in 3 different languages. And there's an image of Cassian as he appeared in Rogue One. And it says also look out for the Imperial Death Trooper, Sergeant Jen Ursa, again from in the Jedha gear, and Darth Vader. And you've got the StarWars.com and StarWarsHasbro.com web addresses, and then you've got the warning and the copyright information at the very bottom there with all the relevant logos, barcode, and the item number. Okay, that's the back of the box. Just have a look what's on the side of the box. Anything different? Image of Star Wars of Cassian again, same image, Star Wars Rogue One, and it says download on the Apple App Store and Android App Store as well. And Apple, the Apple app logo, iPad logo, and so on is all copyright information of Apple. So that's that. Let's just turn it around the other side, and it says download the Hasbro Star Wars Studio FX app to make videos with your toys. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even know that existed. It's a code inside the box, and then you've got all the, again, information on that. It says available through June 30, 2018. Works with select Apple and select Android devices. Check StarWars.com for compatibility, availability, and instructions. Not available in all languages or markets. Okay, and that's reprinted 20 odd times there in different languages. Okay, so that's the box. I think what we're going to do now is let's get him out of the box, I think, and let's have a look at the figure outside of the box and see how well he does. Okay, so I've removed the figure from the box. Now, unfortunately, I can't remove him off the board because he's got all these tabs on, and you've got to break the tabs to take him off. And obviously, if I break the tabs, I can't put him back on. So I don't really want to do that and take him off. Although there's not a great deal that's actually holding him on. But anyway, I don't want to break it and take him off. So let's see if we can. He is actually solid plastic, so he's not as pliable as what a lot of the other figures are, the 12-inch figures. And these figures are literally based on the 3 and 3/4 inch figures, but they've made them large. So they are exactly the same designs and the same hard plastic as the smaller figures, but in larger scale, if you like. Let's just zoom in and have a look at his facial features. He's a pretty good likeness to Cassian Andor, as portrayed by Diego Luna in Rogue One, and also in the TV series Cassian. So the likeness is very, very good. Sculpting is good on the face. The hair's spot on and the beard's spot on. The face is almost there. It's just very, very slightly out. But other than that, it is tremendous, I think. Again, with these figures, they've just really, really done so well on the sculpting. And we're going back 8 years, and 8 years ago, technology wasn't as far advanced as it is now. In 8 years, it's moved on so much. So the brand new figures that are so lifelike these days, but even 8 years ago, just fabulous. So anyway, let's scroll down. So he's wearing his coat that he wore at Jedha, where they went to try and kill Jyn Erso's father, Galen Erso, because he was constructing the powerful Death Star. Yeah, that's his coat that he's in, and he's also there in his white gloves, his beige shirt behind him, and then he's got his beige trousers and his boots at the bottom. I think that's a green shirt behind him, not beige. And he's wearing his belt with his binoculars on the side there. Now, as I said, these are like the 3 3/4 inch figures. They are fairly cheap in comparison to the normal 12-inch figures. It's solid plastic. Movability, not a great deal. So you've got the shoulders, even the head doesn't turn. So it's just the arms that move up and down, and the legs move up and down. No knee joints, no feet, no hands. Do the hands move? No, they don't. So there's very little articulation on these figures, which is a shame, because they could have done a much, much better job on these. They seem to have spent such good time on the sculpting of the face, but the rest of the figure, they just really haven't spent that amount of time on the articulation and the movement and so on. So it really isn't as good as what it could have been, because they've done. I think even some of the 3 3/4 inches have better articulation than these. Come and think about that. But like I say, what they've done is they've blown up the 3 3/4 inch figure and made it a 12-inch figure. Solid plastic, and articulation is just the legs and the shoulders. Not too great. But there we are. How well did they? Oh, and he also comes with his blaster there, which is there. And his hand, if you see his hand, is actually in blaster position, so it does fit into his hand, and his finger does fit inside the trigger area. So that is one thing that they have detailed on, as well as the facial features. The rest of it, yeah, it's not bad overall. The sculpting, good creasing and movement of the, not say movement, but the way it's hanging of his clothes. But yeah, I mean, it's just a little bit disappointed with the articulation. But there we go. How well did they do? Well, obviously, when Rogue One came out, figures were launched very quickly. And these 12-inch ones were no different. They were launched very, very quickly, same as the smaller figures were. And they did sell quite a lot very quickly. But the run didn't go on, whereas with a lot of the other figures, they continued to sell. These ones, they sold quickly, first of all, and then stopped. Maybe it's because Rogue One was like a backstory. I don't know. But anyway, they didn't do as well as what the other 12-inch figures have done. And sadly, the quality of these are not as good as the Power of the Force 12-inch figures were phenomenal. And the Episode 1 12-inch figures were amazing. Well, all of them, Episode 2 and 3 12-inch figures were, just didn't really do much on these, I'm afraid. But, of course, now, 8 years on, they are becoming very collectible. And they are now being sought after, even though it's only 8 years since they were produced. They still pop up from time to time on the platforms. You do see them. If you're really looking for one, you could search it for a few weeks, and you're bound to find one on the platform. So they're not that difficult to find at the moment, but they will be, because they are getting harder and harder, and fewer and fewer of them are appearing. So if you're looking for one, you might be waiting a few weeks, or we at Midas Touch have managed to find a few. They're currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It'll take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other Star Wars items. And many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive that you're not going to want to miss this, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products, which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long-lost childhood memories. Well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed this very short video review. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.